I think that's true, and I think people definitely take for granted the growth that occurs in Rock Hill, almost as if it's something that happens to us and not because of actions or activities from someone like you. But I want to paint that picture because people do take it for granted. Tell us more. What was the lay of the land like when you first came here? That would have been 1988, if I'm doing the math right, so around there, 87?
No, I was gone for a few years. So
Okay.
I really started with the city as an intern in 1983, became a full-time employee in 84, and became the first director of the Economic Development Department in about 88. And so when I came back to Rock Hill at that time, in 1979, 80, 81, the industrial mill had shut down. The Aragon mill had shut down. The bleachery was shedding thousands of jobs. When you went up and down Cherry Road, which was the major commercial strip, the Dave Law Boulevard area did not exist at that point in time. Empty storefronts, boarded up buildings. I mean, it was a depressed community. It was on the ropes. And that's why in 1983, the city and the chamber came together. They recognized that something needed to be done. They didn't know what needed to be done, but that somehow something needed to be done, and that the elected officials by themselves probably didn't have the weight to make it happen. And so they created a public-private nonprofit corporation, Rock Hill Economic Development, to take the charge and to lead that effort to bring economic vitality back to Rock Hill.
So what does that mean when you say bring economic? It's not as if you can wave a magic wand, especially in a community that was so depressed. I want to continue to provide context here. When you talk about the industries that were collapsing and the jobs being lost, what did that mean to the citizens of Rock Hill at the time? And what percentage of people were employed in those industries? What was the tax base like? How robust or diverse was it? And what did it mean to the people who actually lost those jobs as they were shut down?
Well, Rock Hill was a textile town, and there were 10 or so textile mills operating in Rock Hill. The largest of those was Rock Hill Printing and Finishing, known as the Bleachery. At one point in time, the Bleachery had over 4,000 employees on one site in Rock Hill, and that was in 1960. Rock Hill was a town of about 25,000 people, and you had 4,000 people working on one site. So this was a textile town. It was a one industry town. So when the textile industry started moving offshore, there wasn't anything to take its place. Culturally in the city had developed as a place where education wasn't terribly important. People could go through to school through the 8th or 9th grade, drop out, go work at a textile mill. Have a good life, have a good job, make good money, go to the beach for a couple of weeks every summer. That was just the pattern of life that existed in a textile community at that time. And when the textile industry left, this community just was not positioned very well to attract other kinds of jobs and other kinds of businesses.